What is going on, everyone? I hope you're having an amazing day. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 tips to help you win more of those games while solo queuing. I'm sure you run into AFKers, people who don't know what they're doing, and people like this.
You ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
So let's give you some help, so even if you do run into these problems, they won't affect you at all. Getting right into it, tip number 1 is going to be identifying and playing around other good players you queue with. As we saw in the intro, we all get some of those new and not so smart players while solo queuing, but we also from time to time get some really good players. You're going to need to make sure you identify who these good players are and play around them by possibly watching their flank, pushing with them, holding down an area with them, or maybe holding an area away from them since you can trust them being alone. Now this can be a little hard as you don't have much time to dictate whether they're good or not. So, because if you're playing Strikeout, for example, you only have at the very least 3 rounds to figure out who and who is not good on your team. Tip number 2 is probably the most important for most people, and this is going to be not tilting and getting upset. It is completely fine to get a little upset, especially when queuing solo and having to play with people who aren't the best, but don't let it affect your gameplay or even your mental state. Just like all games, and even certain things in life, you'll lose sometimes and you win sometimes. Just gotta move on to the next one, and if you really need to, take a small break, go get some water, go get a snack or something, and come back in like 5 to 10 minutes. Tip number 3 is not wasting your gadgets and your ability. Now, while this one may seem fairly simple and just common sense, you'd be surprised about how many people who do this, and maybe you're one of them. Even while playing in a group of friends you know and trust, this isn't a good idea to go wasting these utilities, but while solo queuing with a group of people you don't know or can't fully depend on, every small thing in your kit holds some importance to it and needs to be used smartly. Tip number 4 is going to know when and when not to push enemies. If you know you need to carry a game and your team isn't reliable, you over pushing or under pushing is going to cost you the game. This is kind of a double tip because one way to know when or when not to push is information. This can be visual information, like maybe you see an enemy around a corner peeking, maybe you see a trip mine. It can be sound, like maybe footsteps or gunshots. And it can be communication if you do have a headset plugged in and you're in game chat. Our 5th and final tip is something we've kind of been building up to and mentioning, and that is not fully relying on your teammates. Obviously, if you can indicate that one good player in your team like we did previously state, yes, play off of them, but do not fully rely on them. It may be stressful and annoying, but you're going to need to play each game like you're Radthar and you're gonna have to carry. One way to do this is to not pick a rogue who may not have the capable weapons or utilities to solo carry, such as Fixer or Dallas. Pick someone like Lancer or Kestrel. These have been my top 5 tips to hopefully help you win some more solo queue games, so right now I want you to go play some matches, implement my tips, and come back and let me know if they've worked for you. Also, if you did feel as if I missed a tip or two, comment them down below to help both me and everyone else out who's watching this video. Other than that, that's about everything, so if you did enjoy this video or found it useful, be sure to help me out by leaving a like rating, hitting that subscribe button for daily Rogue Company content, and commenting down below your least favorite part of solo queuing. Personally, mine is people who go AFK. Thank you for watching my video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.